I picked this guy up on the side of the road, and I think somebody was throwing it out because these wheels were not working well. So for example, this guy was like completely jammed and wouldn't even move at all before I started working on it. So I've gotten them working pretty well. You can see that this guy here that I've done the procedure to spins for a long time. Whereas like this guy, all I've done here is I sprayed a little WD-40 in around the edges and it's doing a lot better, but it's not really fully fixed. So I'm just going to show you what I do to fully fix it. First, you have to take the axle out. Okay, that's just a bolt and screw. So it looks like there's a little bit of pet hair in here maybe something's gotten inside. I've already sprayed a liberal amount of WD-40 around the outside, but you can see it kind of stops after just a turn or two. I mean, this is perfectly fine. That'd roll around the floor just fine. So it's not strictly necessary to take this one apart, but I'm going to show you the procedure that worked amazingly well on that guy there. Basically, these guys have little plastic pieces here, and these plastic pieces are fit for the shoulder of that bolt. And inside you can see the bearings, which are kind of just sitting there, and they don't appear to have any grease or anything in them really. But they're captive ball bearings, so you can pull these guys off and they won't fall out on you, so that's good. And if you put your fingers in there, you can rotate it and you can feel this one's doing okay. So for the other guy, it was like I couldn't even rotate it. Apparently it had gotten some grit stuck in there. I was able to wash it out just with a generous spray of WD-40, and then I was able to get it turning again. I don't know if you could hear the grit there, but I kind of just spun it around, and now it's turning pretty well. And so the goal here is actually to wash out. So really I could be using water here, but then I'd have to go over it with WD-40. You can see there's a little bit of discoloration and rusty stuff, gunk. So that seems pretty nice there. And then when I put it back, I'm going to put some synthetic grease in. You could use regular grease, it's just more messy. I like the synthetic grease, especially for small things like this, where you don't really need too much of it, so it doesn't matter that you're paying a little extra. And I'm packing it in pretty good there. There's nothing that really holds this grease in super well. If you look at the plastic, I'm trying to get that grease out of the center point there. If you look at the plastic, it has a little thing in here, but there's not like something that really holds that grease in. So you're really counting on just the viscosity of the grease and the stickiness of the grease to hold itself in. As far as I could tell, these guys are symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which side you put which one in. And I put grease on the other side too. And you might think, hey, all this grease is going to gum up the works a little and make it run slower than before. But I actually found with this guy, after putting the grease in, man, that thing really spins nicely. So it doesn't look like the thickness of the grease is an issue. Let's see how it works on this guy. Yeah. So you can see that, adding that grease really makes this guy fly.